Yes, competition for management contracts is, definitely heated up. We're at a point in the cycle where hotels are selling, and anytime hotels are selling, there's going to be competition for management contracts as new hotel owners look for new and different operators. So it's an interesting time in the cycle. It's an interesting time for management companies. And I think as the industry's gotten a bit more competitive as it relates to management companies, we've all had to look a little harder at term of our contracts and maybe believe a bit more in how we perform and really living to our performance standards.
I think that it has. There are a lot of very high quality management companies, and given the lack of new supply, those companies are competing for a smaller number of assets, and given their quality, there are many who have been successful at growing their business and continuing to look for opportunities.
Well, there's been a proliferation of franchises and brands, so the competition in that respect has increased dramatically in my mind. And the problem is that you've got too many brands. I think most owners are a little tired of seeing the proliferation of brands. If you look at pure management, competition's always there for management. You're looking for who can do it better, faster, more cost effectively. And that's not going to change. And I think that's what's also led to the proliferation of some of the boutiques, along with the fact that boutique has become more acceptable, especially with the younger travelers and millennials.
I think competition for management contracts has increased dramatically. I think that is typical in an upcycle, and we've been in an upcycle for a decent amount of time. They're saying the rising tide lifts all boats, and I think what you see is during the upcycle, hotels are going to generally do better. Their RevPARs are going to go up, and the difference between good management and not as good management really lies in how much that RevPAR goes up. So I think competition increases. You get smaller players coming into the market. It's a time when they can survive and do fairly well. So I think you see that competition go up. But the real test probably comes when the market goes back down. And can those smaller players who are newer to the industry, can they continue to manage as well through tougher times, downturns, and that sort of thing?
From the Rockbridge perspective, it really hasn't impacted us because, or I wouldn't say so, because we're not tied to a specific management or operator. So we're basically looking for the right opportunity to fit with the right operator. And so we're looking at a broad, there are a lot of deals out there to look at, and so we're taking the opportunity to look at a lot of deals with a lot of different operators that fit the right opportunity that fits the right risk profile for Rockbridge.
Well, we're not a management organization. However, we continue to get calls for every deal that we do from lots of management companies. So I think the managers are generally paying, significant attention to the deals that are getting done, and and offering competitive terms in this environment to ensure that they can continue to grow.
I've got to think that the competition between the good operators has definitely heated up. There are fewer and fewer strong operators. There are many management companies, but as an owner or an owner's representative, we're looking for people that can add value and become very good partners for us. And I do think that the competition is heated in that regard.
With the proliferation in franchising in our industry, the competition for third-party management contracts has increased dramatically. As third-party managers have grown their infrastructure, they've become more and more relied upon to operate all hotel types. If you think about the branding world over the last 10 years or so, it's really grown in the franchising space. The majority of the deals that the brands do these days are franchise deals, which require third-party operation.
As an owner, we do notice that competition has increased. There are more qualified institutional-grade third-party managers in the United States servicing full-service and upscale hotels. So as in our ownership capacity, we're solicited more often by managers that we do feel are qualified. So as a result, when we're looking at an individual asset and choosing a manager, there are definitely more options available, and I think that that's manifests itself in more competition on fees that are paid, terms of the contract, and other concessions, even key money that is available through third-party managers that in the past, in a universe with fewer managers, wasn't as obvious.